Okay, magandang gabi, magandang hapon, magandang umaga kung saan man kayo. Ito po ang Proyekto Pilipino. Nagbabalik po kami. Ako po si Leloy Claudio. Kasama ko po ngayon ang aming boss, ang aming hefe dito sa show,
Hindi naman boss.
Si Father Tito Caluwag. Or the
Pwede bang ano na
inspiration,
lang?
sabi na natin the inspiration and the soul
Hindi
behind.
naman, pwede bang partner na lang,
No.
partners? Hindi, sorry kasi ang tagal kong
Definitely the soul. Definitely the soul
ah,
of this show.
ang
Um,
tagal kong nag-absent kasi grabe yung conflict lang with the schedule. So thank you Leloy, and nice to be back. Nice to be back actually, no. So napakaganda ng topic natin this weekend, ano. Kaya
Meron pong dahilan kung bakit nagbabalik si Father Tito ngayon because I think in many ways he is an expert on this topic of anti-corruption from multiple perspectives, and we'll explore yung expertise si Father Tito sa anti-corruption. But as a historian, I want to say na every time, of course, merong anti-corruption, may big anti-corruption discussion like what we're having now. Of course, this weekend you'll have the Trillion Peso March against corruption. Periodically nangyayari ito. I mean,
correct.
for example, nung panahon ni Kiri, bakit ba nanalo si Magsaysay? Dahil merong akusasyon na si Quirino daw ay sobrang corrupt, meron daw siyang golden inidoro, for example. Periodic ito mga ganitong discussions, of course. Siyempre, nung panahon ni Ferdinand Marcos, one of the reasons why the Marcos regime fell in 86 was because na-expose na maraming corruption ng panahon na yun. And then for people like me who went to college nung 2000s, 2000 or mid 2000s, talagang experience talaga namin of corruption and anti-corruption yung NBN ZTE scandal, for
Correct.
instance, which was such a big scandal. And for this generation, I think ang magiging experience nila of corruption and anti-corruption is itong nangyayari ngayon over itong DPWH projects. But what's interesting that's happening now, Fads, is merong malaking corruption scandal, but the president doesn't seem to be at the center of the scandal, no? The
Mm.
president, in fact, is at least trying to be publicly the one to combat this scandal. Now, of course, a couple of people will question the sincerity. A lot
Yeah.
of people will debate whether or not the president is ideally placed to engage in this anti-corruption crusade. We let the audience weigh in on that issue, of course, because we are non-partisan. But Father Tito has some insight on this, and I just wanted to begin with that, Fads. What is your
Okay.
insight on the anti-corruption campaign of the president?
Okay, siguro Leloy, maganda na I'll just be very very transparent about this whole thing, ano, kasi um actually yung mag-asawa, ang pangulo at ang first lady, kaibigan ko since way back kasi ang first lady was 1 year behind me, 1 or 2 years, 1 year I think behind me sa college, no.
Mhm.
So nagkikita kami, magkaibigan kami, tapos bininyagan ko rin yung mga anak nila, no. Kasi of course ang interesting dito, of course, kwento lang muna, human side muna tayo, Leloy. Magkukwento
Of
muna ako,
course.
na ano. Siyempre, nagkampanya ako for Lenny, no? Binoto ko si Lenny, no? So, I supported some of the efforts of Lenny in 2022. And, so, yun na. So, binigyan ko yung mga anak. Nakakatawa dyan, Leloy, ang kanilang wedding anniversary is the anniversary of my ordination. Same.
Exact
Exact.
same date, same
Same
year.
day, same year. Oo. Siyempre ako, Loyola House of Studies, sila ata Florence or Venice or somewhere, no?
Oo, syempre. Oo.
So,
Mas fancy ata yung sa kanila compared to you.
di ba? So, no, but, magkaibigan kami. Magkaibigan kami. But of course, ever since well, Lisa was Chorus Crusaders yan, diehard Ninoy, ano yan, ano? Sumasali sa mga rally yan noong 83, 86, no, that period, no? And okay, but through the years, yun nga, binanyagan ko yung mga anak, etc. And then, of course, nung tumakbo na si ang presidente, so yun, of course, I was always Vice President Lenny, President Lenny. No, but, yeah, well, they did not take that against me, no? So, anyway, background lang, um, mga two New Years ago, um, nagpadala ng message ang First Lady. Siguro mga 4 days before New Year's Eve. Sabi niya, favor naman, alam ko suntok sa hangin to.
Mhm.
Suntok sa buwan, no? Pero sabi niya, nagka-COVID yung aming chaplain sa PSG. Baka naman libre ka magmisa ng New Year's Eve kasi may parang family reunion, etc., no? So, okay naman, nag-fit sa schedule ko. So, nagpunta ako. I said mass for them. And interesting yan, Leloy, at 4 p.m., 9 o'clock yung mass nila.
Um,
Nagmisa naman ako para sa mga Aquino sisters, no?
matanong ko lang, Fads, ang in that sense ba, ang pari po ba, parang doktor? Yung doktor, walang pinipili
You
kung
cannot
sino yung
refuse.
gagamot.
You
And
cannot
then ang
refuse.
pare, wala din pinipili kung sino yung kung kaninong kaluluwa yung kanyang ginagamot, di ba? Agree
Correct,
or
correct.
disagree with
Oh,
my
hindi, tama.
followers?
Oh,
Like
you
your own
cannot
version of
refuse,
the
no?
Hippocratic Oath.
Unless I think, no, in your discernment, Leloy, gagamitin yung misa. Alam mo yon?
Opo, opo, yeah.
Yun, medyo, ako I draw the line there, no? Kung magiging gimmick si misa, di ba? Kung magiging pampabango, then I would discern and very politely refuse, no? So, anyway, so nagmisa ako alas 4 sa mga Aquino, no? The sisters, the family, and then, so I told them, di ba, mahirap naman sa iba pa magkwento kasi I'm very close to them also. So sabi ko lang, uy, ano, just to let you know, ayokong manggaling pa sa iba, magmimisa ako mamayang gabi sa Malacanang. Alam mo, nakakatuwa sila yung mga magkakapatid. Sabi nga, baka that is God's way of using you. Yun yung kanilang reaction, no?
That's
So sabi ko,
interesting.
ay, salamat.
I can
So,
imagine them saying that, yeah.
di ba? Especially think of Bolsey saying that, di
Yeah,
ba?
yeah.
Tapos doon, Lelo, sa after the mass, wala na, yun lang. Then, nag-message ulit si First Lady. Sabi niya, baka naman pwede once a month magmisa ka para at least, no, they can, because the family likes your homily, ganon. So ako naman, sabi ko, sige. And then I told na naman the Aquino sisters, no? Kasi I go to them regularly dahil nga may sakit isa sa kanila, no? Tapos noon, alam mo ang reaction nila, Leloy?
Ano po?
Okay, nice. We're praying that he succeeds for the sake of the country.
Which is
So,
what everyone should do
it's so that
when you have
everyone
a new
should do, no?
president. Yeah.
So, of course, praying for someone doesn't erase important things to attend to, no? But mahalaga yung lalo ito, you're praying for the office of the president and the
Yeah.
person who occupies the office, di ba?
Tama.
So, at saka alam mo, ay alam ko pwedeng may mag-bash sa akin dito, pero ang presidente mabait na tao. Mabait siyang tao. I mean, I've known him na for what, over 30 years, 30 years. So mabait siya, no? So anyway, so yon. So ano yan? So think of New Year's Eve moving into 2024, no? Tapos since then, I would say roughly once a month, no? Over the last year and 8 months. Alam mo, in those, well, okay, New Year's Eve, this 2025, 'di ba? Sa kasagsagan ng 2025 budget, remember yung ano nun, yung usapan, no?
Mhm.
Ako kasi pag nagmimisa ako, I try to avoid talking to people before the mass, no? Para hindi ako ma-distract, no? So after the mass, nilapitan ko ang presidente, binati ko siya, and then sabi ko, Mr. President, pagdadasal ko ho kayo dahil nga yung controversy about the budget. At that time, he was reviewing, di ba? Tapos alam mo, umiling lang siya. Sabi niya, ang daming dapat ayusin, no? So, and of course, he had stronger words which I don't want to share kasi baka may certain privacy yun, ano?
Okay.
He had
Okay.
stronger words about the budget, no?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But we have seen the president use stronger words about corruption in
In public,
in
no?
recent
In
weeks.
public.
So maybe the audience can imagine what that's like already.
Yes, yes. At saka ano kasi, no, I just want the audience and the president to know I don't want to divulge details kasi para yung seal of confession for me eh.
Okay.
Pinagkatiwalaan ka ng tao na they're very candid about your comments. Hindi ko pinagtatakban na, but
Opo.
he was very candid. Let's put it that way. Very candid. That's why I know where his heart is, no? Kasi very candid eh, Leloy eh. 'Di ba?
Mm.
Leloy mahirap magpanggap eh. Yung mga
Mm-mm.
instant reaction mo sa usapan, 'di ba? So
Mm-mm.
anyway, so yon, di okay. So tapos noon, bumati lang ako. On my way out, sabi ko sa kanya, Mr. President, ganito na lang, ba't hindi tayo maghanap kaya ng congressman na pwede natin mapatakbo ng maayos yung kanilang mga budget para mapakita sa iba na baka gumaya yung iba, no, et cetera, et cetera. Meron na naman siyang comment, di ba, na ano, again, which shows you where his mind and his heart was, no, at that point with regard to that controversy of corruption, 'di ba,
Mm.
butas-butas ng corruption yung budget, no. And then around a month and a half later, February na to, after the after the pastoral letter of the bishops, remember, yung February 2, where
Mhm.
they started to talk about we should mobilize kasi nga ang daming problema. And that was triggered by the corrupt 2025 budget issue, no? And
Aha.
I read that, no? I read that uh, during my February Mass for them. Eksakto eh. Lumabas yung letter for the February 2 Sunday, no? Presentation. So binasa ko yon during my Mass in Malacanang, no? And he was very happy about the letter, no? And because of that,
Interesting.
we started to talk about having a dialogue with the bishops, no? To work together, no? Which took place, no? And again, nung nag-dialogue kami mga weeks after that, February, yun na naman, ano, before the meeting started, bumulong sa akin na meron pa raw na-discover. So again, I'm just sharing these tidbits, no, para lang makita natin yung kabuuan, ano, ng stand ng presidente. So I'm not being an apologist for the
Opo.
president, no. Okay. Tapos noon, alam mo, through the year, 1 year and what, 8 months, he must have stayed behind after the mass, siguro mga 4 times, no? 4 na beses. Tapos mag-uusap lang kami about my homily and he would pick up something and discuss it with me and very often related to his office, his work as president.
Just
But
him, father, or the entire family?
siya lang, yung nagmimisa o
Yung nakikipag-usap sa inyo pagkatapos
siya lang,
discuss the
one-on-one
homily.
kami lang after. Everybody leaves the room and magpapaiwan yan, no? And out of that 4 times, 3 times was about corruption. 3 beses.
Hmm.
3 beses was about corruption, no? And he was very aware, and even as early as before the 2025 budget, nag-usap na kami once about the corruption, no? And then after the budget, siguro mga another 2 times, no? And he's very aware, and he was doing something already, no? To figure out how to curb corruption, no? Pero alam niya yung fallout in terms of the delivery of services. Like for example, ngayon I just read this morning in one of the actions of Congressman Erice, no? I read it in the one article this morning. Congressman Erice was also raising the fact na mahirap naman kung suspend lahat ng DPWH projects, paano lang yung mga legitimate projects, ano?
Opo, opo,
So,
yeah.
makita mo na um, even that early, ano na siya eh, yun yung concern niya, no? Sabi
Tapos
niya,
ninunuance niya. Because
ninunuance niya, oo.
kung mag-aggressive ka agad, eh baka tumigil yung gobyerno, di po ba?
Exactly, those
Naghihingi
were
yung
his words.
gobyerno.
Those were his words. Sabi niya, we're afraid a lot of the government services would come to a standstill. So, paano na lang yan, ano? Tapos noon, maybe this one I want to share, no, after the budget nung 2025. So mga February na 'tong usapan namin, March. Sabi ko nga, alam niyo Mr. President, ano, ang isa sa mga concern ng mga tao, even the bishops, is yung ayuda, no? Ayuda. So sabi
Mm.
niya, alam ko na gano'n. Sabi niya, pero Father, sabi niya sa akin, alam mo, you have a farmer, magtatrabaho yan for 6 months, biglang babagyo. Sira lahat ng kanyang trinabaho ng 6 months. Pag walang budget allocated for ayuda, paano natin matutulungan yung mga ganong tao, no?
Mhm.
No, I think that the principles, the mindset is in the right place. I guess sa implementation ang palaging problema natin, 'di ba? So yun, isang halimbawa 'yon, ano, ng kanyang the way he thinks, no? Tapos noon, ano siya, he was very open to dialogue. In fact, he was finding ways, 'di ba, na isa sa mga bringing up niya is how do we strengthen the moral fiber in among our youth, especially through the schools, ano. So, yun yung kanya mga masasabi natin na binabanggit, ano. Tapos isa sa mga siguro makakatulong na makaunawa sa atin sa stand niya towards corruption, no. Sinasabi nga niya na ano na sabi niya mahalaga na makita yung tamang timpla, no, sa pag-address sa corruption kasi nga maraming government services na mahihinto, no? And I think ganun ka-aware siya kung gaano kalaganap ang corruption ano, sa
Mm.
gobyerno. And ako, ang basa ko, and remember, let's put this in context, no? Yung kanyang State of the Nation, um, dumating yon exactly the week after the floods, no? Di ba?
Yeah.
And kami dito, kami sa Caritas Philippines, we were busy, no, trying to monitor, sending money, downloading money to the dioceses affected, no. Meron sa Norte, meron sa Central Luzon, meron sa marami sa Metro Manila. So I think for me, pumutok doon eh. Pumutok doon, 'di ba? I think matagal na niyang minomonitor tong mga anon to, no. Matagal
Mm.
nang minomonitor itong mga anomalies sa flood control, no. And then ako basa ko I haven't seen him since then, no. Kasi nga wala kaming misa nitong nakaraang buwan kasi they were in Cambodia, no. Ang basa ko, he was waiting for an opening. Palagay ko,
Andito
naghihintay
yun.
ng pagkakataon, 'di ba? Kasi I think he was very concerned na if he comes down strong on corruption, yun nga baka mag-standstill naman ang government services, no.
Mm.
I think
Ay,
that was.
ay, kasi,
Yeah, go ahead.
Fats, i-illustrate natin to for our listeners, di ba? Kunwari, galit tayo lahat sa DPWH. Ngayon, imagine kung sinabi natin corrupt yung buong DPWH, wala nang proyekto yung DPWH. Eh di, wala nang maitatayo, di ba? Yung infra
Correct.
natin, tigil, and we still need infra.
Yeah.
So, there is no, unfortunately, even yung most developed democracies, there is no completely clean government.
Yes.
Ganyan talaga, malalaki ang gobyerno at hindi lahat ng tao
Yeah.
sa gobyerno malinis. Kahit
Oo.
saan ka pumunta, kahit pumunta ka pa sa maraming Pilipino na naniniwala Singapore is very corruption free. Hindi necessarily totoo
Not
'yon.
true. Not true.
Kasi
Oo.
malaki din yung gobyerno 'yon. So ang goal natin is to find yun nga may
Tamang
Goldilocks
balanse, di ba? Ito, Leloy, di ba?
tamang balanse.
I attend Caritas Asia meetings, no? Isa sa mga bansa, very developed, no? And there are many, I don't want to mention the country, no? And in the recent, in several issues about corruption, lumabas yan. In fact, isa sa mga leaders nila na unseat because of corruption, fairly recent, around the time of Pinoy going into Duterte, natanggal yung kanilang pinuno, ano? Tapos sabi sa akin nung counterpart ko sa Caritas, sabi niya, alam mo sa amin, built-in yung corruption eh. May
Mm, mm,
10% nang nakalagay dun sa fee,
yeah.
no? Built-in.
Oh.
Para yun na lang yun, di ba? Tapos can I share a joke?
Yeah, of course.
Hindi ko babanggitin yung mga countries, ha? Sabi rin, nag-uusap daw, tatlong tiga Southeast Asia, no? Yan, let's
Oh,
limit.
si
Ano,
ASEAN,
no?
okay, may clue na
So
yung mga
sabi nung isa,
kasama.
alam niyo sa amin, ang corruption is ano eh. Ano yan, bawat deal meron yan under the table. Tapos sabi naman ng isa, sa amin, mas malala. Kami over the table. Sabi ng Pilipino, talo kayo sa amin. Kami including the table. But
Itong may
Lele, meron pa
Southeast
ako isang.
Asian rumor. This is true, no? The Southeast Asians will fight over who is the most corrupt. I was listening to an episode ni Robbie, one of our journalists, si Robbie Alampay, who was interviewing Indonesian activists. And they were
Uh,
arguing, sino ba talaga mas corrupt? Mga politiko nyo o mga politiko namin? So it's nice. It's nice to think that we're all in many ways hindi lang naman tayo. And that's
yeah,
actually something
yeah,
I want to
yeah,
remind our listeners. Let's not
yeah.
exceptionalize the Philippines. Hindi lang naman tayo. Maraming nagkakaroon ng similar problems. Kaya nga ang Indonesia ngayon, grabe yung mga rally, di ba?
Oo nga, oo,
Grabe
di
yung
ba?
galit doon, mas matindi pa sa atin.
And I think maganda na namumulat ang mga tao. For me, I'm very happy about this reaction. And alam mo, I mean, let's face it, 'di ba? All of these reactions were triggered by the State of the Nation address.
Mm.
'Di ba? I'm sure
Yeah.
nagulat lahat ng mga tao sa address na 'yon, 'di ba?
Well, ako, Fads, hindi ako nagulat and this is just to testify dun sa sinasabi ni Fads kasi every time nag-film kami ng proyekto, nakukwento na sa amin ni Fads, kami ni Manolo, nakukwentuhan na niya kami ng mga pag-uusap dun sa Malacanang. And I think 3 months before the State of the Nation address, inabisuhan na kami ni Fads na
Mm.
mag-anti-corruption yung Pangulo. So when I heard the SONA, as people are making jokes na ito na si Pinoy 2.0, yun yung joke nung time na yun, di ba? Second coming of Noynoy Aquino. Actually, I wasn't that, natawa ako, but I wasn't that surprised kasi nga nabahagi nyo na sa amin, Fats, na ito na nga yung direksyon na tatahakin ng
Ng
Malacanang.
Pangulo, oo, yeah,
It
yeah.
was, it was brewing. But
And
actually, matanong ko lang kayo,
apparently,
Fats,
ah,
is I know it was a joke, pero is this a kind of Pinoy 2.0? Is this a kind of rehash of Walang Korap,
I
Walang
think so.
Mahirap?
Okay, okay. Let me share this. I don't think this one is breaking confidentiality, no. Well, una sa lahat, siguro yung kwento ko lang na isa pang dagdag, no. According to some people, after the SONA, I wasn't there. I didn't attend the SONA. I didn't go to Malacanang or whatsoever, no. I think I was in a meeting. In fact, I didn't hear it nung live, no. I had to listen after, no. Sabi raw ng Pangulo, yung kanyang reaction na ano nga yun, mahiya naman kayo. Di
Opo.
ba? What was that line? Mahiya naman kayo.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Apparently, that was a very spontaneous comment.
Mhm.
In fact, for a while daw, kinukwento raw ng Pangulo after sa mga tao na ano, sabi na, tempted daw siya to use stronger words, pero
Mhm.
pinigilan niya
Mhm.
sarili niya. So, but again, it was a very, very very ano from the gut reaction yung ganon, 'di ba, yung kanyang comment, 'di ba? So ito lang dagdag ko lang, syempre Leloy, ang question ng mga tao ngayon, baka naman to marami tayong investigation, etc., etc., na ang mangyayari is ano, ano na naman, wala rin makukulong, wala rin, etc., kasi 'di ba medyo parang pagod na yung tao sa ganon, 'di ba? So, okay, and I think that's a valid concern, no? That's why kailangan maging ano tayo, vigilant, no? And really support, no? And then, so what we did was, Caritas, my boss, si Bishop Bagaporo, who's leading this anti-corruption rally on Sunday, he wrote to DILG, no? Uh, uh, Sabing ganon, anong gagawin natin long term? Kasi ang mahirap naman nito, mamaya lahat tayo, 'di ba? Ano, parang ano 'to, flavor of the month, 'di ba? Tapos after
Mhm.
wala na mangyayari. So we wrote to the ILG. And the proposal of Caritas is to revive what Jesse Robredo did when he was DILG. Yung
Which
tinatawag niya
is,
ugnayan ng barangay at simbahan, no? It was to people's participation. Pero it was more, a lot of it was more reflective, di ba, etc. So it was not just barangay, but the proposal is to work on all levels of the local government.
Mhm.
Barangay, the municipal or city government, the provincial and then regional. And it's to put in people in kasi may mechanism for people's participation, 'di ba? Sa ating batas at constitution, 'di ba? So ito, parang Caritas would support, no, take the lead in that and get people together. Kasi ang advantage ng Caritas Philippines is we're present in all provinces, no? We have
Mhm.
87 dioceses. Some dioceses cover more than one province, no? And there's a grassroots organization, eh. 'Di ba? The
Mhm.
parishes and
Na
the basic.
activate.
Oo, na pwedeng ma-activate, ano? And in fact, the head, Bishop Bagapor of Kidapawan, issued a letter immediately, no, saying, oh, ito ang ating gagawin. We have to organize, we have to mobilize, we have to be parang watchdog, ano, for corruption. So sumulat kami sa DILG and we're supposed to set a meeting with them, no, to how to implement this, no. Kasi
Mhm.
long term mahalaga 'yon, eh. I think in the end, one of the important elements in fighting corruption is the prevention, no?
Mhm.
Try to put in as many preventive mechanisms as possible, no?
At various
At
levels.
various levels,
Nabanggit
at
nyo,
various levels.
nabanggit nyo po DILG.
The ILG,
So
yeah.
si
Kasi,
Sec John Vic is happy to help out, or you
yes,
haven't.
sabi niya, I'll be very happy to work with the local parishes, etc. And then ito pa yung dinagdag niya. Sabi niya, ako and my brother, si Justice, Secretary of Justice, sabi niya 100% kami behind the President. Sabi niya ganun, talagang gustong tapusin to ng Presidente. This is
Mm.
not from Secretary Remulla, no? So, and we're 100% behind him, sabi niya ganun. So, we're doing that. So we're gonna meet with him and find ways to mobilize on the local level. Ano, from barangay. Lele, ito example.
Mm.
Department of Labor, meron yung programa, no? Ano nga yung programa niya? I'm not sure kung tupad or something. Basta parang work for pay, work for ano, no? I think you work for 2 weeks and you get around 3,000 or 5,000. I'm not very sure. Pero ganung amount, no? And yun, hindi ka maniniwala, Leloy, source of corruption yun. So what they will do, the congressman will submit, ito malaki 2,000, 3,000 names in his or her district. So magda-download ang Department of Labor kasi it's a program, it's a program, no?
Mm.
Magda-download ang Department of Labor and ang mangyayari, si congressman babayaran, may mga tao, pipirma yan eh. May tao talaga, may trabaho talaga. Pero ang nangyari is one form of corruption. 2,000 lang aabot sa tao, yung 3,000 kay congressman or woman, di ba?
Mhm.
So,
Okay.
that's why
Okay.
on all levels dapat eh, di ba? Hindi lang, that not just the big fish, but this time big fish, finally may makukulong na big fish. Sana, no? Sana. Kasi 'di ba in previous yung mga maliliit, 'di ba, yung mga fingerlings ang natatamaan, 'di ba?
Fortunately, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So yun, number one, yun, sagot ni Secretary John Vic Rimulya. Hindi, all the way tayo dito. And then, Lelo, ito pa. Namatay si Mrs. Judy Rojas, di ba?
Yeah.
Nanay ni Secretary Mar Rojas. And I sit in the Jerry Ross Foundation board eh. So I work. So I'm very close to her. And during one of the masses, andun si Senate President Soto sa misa, no? And
Okay.
then, dumating din yung presidente at ang first lady. So, nung palabas kami from the mass area, punta doon sa parang area where people eat at nagkukwentuhan, sabay kami lumabas si Secretary ni Senator Soto. Hindi pa siya Senate President doon. Sabi ko, Mr. Senator, sabi ko po, alam niyo po, maraming concern ng tao na baka gaya ng mga ibang investigasyon, di ba?
Mm.
Pagkakaabalahan natin to tapos walang mangyayari. Tapos sabi niya, Father, hindi. Ang usapan, and even ang Pangulo on board, we will see this through, sabi niya. We will see this through. Hindi pa siya Senate President noon. We will see this through. And sabi niya, Father, alam mo, baka ito na ang final, ito ang final legacy ko, sabi niya ganun. And sabi niya, maayos ko lang to. Tsaka wala na akong ano, sabi niya, wala na akong dapat protektahan, di ba? Ito na yung
Ah,
aking
ah.
ano.
I
So,
was thinking about that too kasi sabi niya hindi lang daw siya kundi pati si Senator Lacson.
Lacson,
Kasi
oo.
after this
Oo.
term daw, out na sila pareho and they both want to leave a legacy daw.
Yes,
And
oo.
I would love for the legacy of this Vicente Soto to be similar to the legacy of his grandfather, the first Senator Soto, who was a
Yes,
real maverick crusading anti-corruption senator as well.
correct.
So, if he leaves a legacy, future generations can look back at two Senator Sotos na talagang malalaking mga tao ang nilabanan. Of course, ang
Oo, oo.
nilabanan ng
And
first
of
Senator
course,
Soto, yung mga
Leloy,
pinakamabibigat sa administrasyon ni Quezon.
oo, oo. That's why, ano, medyo nakaukit din ang pangalan ng unang Senator Soto sa ating, ano,
Oo.
di ba?
Yes.
Tsaka Leloy, tandaan natin, isa sa mga early na nagmulat sa atin sa korupsyon, another Soto, di ba? Si Vico.
Mm. All right, right.
Oo,
Oo.
di ba?
Yes, yes.
And
Oo.
and and alam mo, ang kagandahan nito yung tumatakbo rin yung mga mayors, local level, di ba, na ano rin, nag-aano sila, no? And then the other thing din, Lelo, ito rin, dagdag ko, no? I was in the Senate last week. I was meeting with EDCOM 2. Okay? And
Oh, yes.
ang project ko naman with EDCOM 2 is to yung stunting, the first 1,000 days feeding
Yeah, yeah.
program.
Mm.
Yan, that's another, we should guess, ano, Carol here, di ba, EDCOM 2. We should guess. Nag-guess na ba natin si Carol ng EDCOM?
Carol Lee, we haven't, we haven't.
I think we
Matagal na
should
natin
bring
nasa
him.
wishlist si Carol.
Yeah, I'll
Carol,
invite
kung
him.
nanonood ka,
Oo,
please.
Carol, we will get you one of these days soon. Kaya ano. Hindi kasi patapos na ng EDCOM, so we want to make sure, 'di ba, maiwan yung importanteng trabaho. Anyway, sabi ni Senator Gatchalian, because I worked with Senator Win Gatchalian also
Mhm.
before the pandemic, time pa ni Secretary Briones. So nung nalaman niya, nakita kami sa isang DepEd event. Sabi ko, I'm meeting with with EDCOM too. Sabi niya, sige Father, sama ako, let me know when I'll join you for the meeting. Nag-meeting kami and then he joined us towards the last 30 minutes kasi nasa session sila, no? So after the meeting, tinanong ko siya ulit. Sabi ko, Senator, ano ba? I told him basically what I told sa Senator Soto, no? Sabi niya, hindi, ano, we're determined to see this through. Sabi niya gano'n. So, Lele, ano di ba merong term, I think nagamit ko na to in the past, no? Merong term sa theology na ano, the confluence of events na
Mm.
all of a sudden nagsasama-sama lahat ng galaw, di ba? Na dati akala mo hiwa-hiwalay, no? And then everything comes together. Then you realize, okay, ang daming tao nagsasabi, Leloy,
Oo.
this must be God's move, no?
Oo.
Who
Tawagin
would,
ng tawaging tadhana, tawaging swerte,
oh,
tawaging kamay ng Diyos, kung ano man 'yan, may nangyayari. Sa
may
tingin ko,
nangyayari. At saka everything is falling into place, eka nga natin, di ba? And now I think, ako, ang hinihingi na ngayon ng pagkakataon, yung tugon natin, di ba?
that's
Tsaka
the
alam mo,
final piece of the puzzle, kumbaga.
yeah,
Yes. Kasi kahit
kagaya
may nangyayari,
nitong,
tayo
oo.
tumugon, walang pupuntahan ito.
Ah,
Itong
yeah, we have no
conflict.
one else to blame but ourselves, di ba? Pagka
Yeah.
ano, di ba na tsaka Leloy, ano yung rally sa linggo, no? Kung mapunta tayo doon. Um, itong grupong to, matagal na ito nagmi-meeting. Okay? Matagal na before the elections, after. Hindi siya hindi siya baguhan lang because of the ano. And right after the elections, yun, nag-meeting, I remember, a day or two after kasi I attended the meeting. So maraming concerns na na-raise, ano. And then one of the things nga na sinasabi, so how do we mobilize the youth vote or the protest vote after the elections, di ba? Ang nagsasabi, and one of the lines na I'd like to pursue in our discussion is ito ay protest vote hindi lamang against, for or against anybody. But I think parang yung isang analysis, remember na napag-usapan natin dito, banggaan ng dalawang political families, di ba? Dati
Yeah.
Aquino Marcos, ngayon Duterte Marcos. So ang tugunan ng mga tao, paano na lang kami? Di ba? Banggaan kayo ng banggaan, kami, ano yung serbisyo na naiipit, di ba? So that was the protest vote, di ba? Remember that was
Yeah.
one of the
Yeah. Yeah.
explanations, no? And so you see this vote na all of a sudden biglang bumulusok si Senator Aquino at si Senator Pangilinan na hindi pumapasok sa 12, no? And
Mm.
then of course si Senator Marcoleta, no? So there's something brewing also even that early, 'di ba? Even that
Yeah.
early. Ngayon nakahanap, I think, I would like to think and I pray, no? Nakahanap ng issue na maraming taong pwede mag-rally behind. Kasi ito nga, yung isa sa mga sinasabi sa darating na rally, wear white para walang political color.
Yeah.
Corruption is no political color. And I think we should, kasi mabuti na lang hindi lumalabas yung kalokohan na yun. This is just political persecution, ganun-ganon, di ba? Wala kang narinig, di ba, Leloy, na kasi naman,
Wala.
paano naman magiging political persecution ng corruption, di ba? So,
Mm.
and I think it's something na, ako kasi kung, the way I'm looking at it is ano, importante yung protesta, but we must
Mm.
learn our lesson. Lelo, you're an expert on this also. We must learn our lesson from EDSA 1.
Yeah.
We have to learn our lesson. Baka mamaya ganun na naman tayo, di ba? Protest, may mangyayari, walang mangyayaring mas malalim na pagbabago, no, sa lipunan natin. And the same as with EDSA 2, no? Yung anong naluklok si Presidente Arroyo, no? I remember, um, ang EDSA 2 iba ang character, di ba, Leloy? May moral ano yun eh, may moral issue, di ba? Kasi maraming kabataan ang sumali sa EDSA 2. I remember that kasi I was still with Ateneo.
Mm.
And of course, yung boss ko noon, Lelo, si Archie
Mm.
Intengan, Father Archie, who was at the center of
Yeah.
EDSA
Yeah.
2. No?
Oo.
No. So,
I know. I know. I know how to, yeah.
but Lelo, di ba, after all of those two major events, walang follow through eh. Walang follow through.
Yeah, and of course, Fads, yung I think may chance to be more to be broader than EDSA 2 kasi yung EDSA 2 after that nagkaroon ka ng EDSA 3 which means whether we like it or not may mga tao na ang pakramdam nila hindi sila kasali.
Correct,
Kaya
correct.
sila nag-EDSA
And
Tres.
and Leloy,
Pero ito, Fats, sa tingin ko, meron tayong pagkakataon to make this movement even broader than those two movements.
correct,
Kasi nga,
correct.
nabanggit nyo nga, Fats, hindi siya nakukulayan eh.
Hindi,
Magpupunoy
hindi.
lahat ng tao eh.
Oo. And I think we should approach it that way, di ba? In fact, going back to EDSA 1, of course, ako one of the persons I respect and I love dearly is Father Jack Carroll ng
Mm.
Jesuits, di ba? Ng ICSI. Pinangalan
Mm.
nata ICSI after him, di ba?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
And also
yan ang,
a great scholar of our labor movements and of the Filipino working class, si Father
yeah.
Carol, of course.
Yeah, and yan ang mga idols ko back in the 80s, si Jack Carroll and Bishop Claver, no? At
Mm.
laging sinasabi sa akin ni Father Jack Carroll after EDSA, and he was active in EDSA, Filipino yan eh. He was very active, pero lagi niya
Mm.
akong pinapaalalahanan after EDSA, the first one. Sabi niya, the poor were not in EDSA. We need to bring this to the poor. And I think that is also my concern. Now, in fact, one of my comments when I see people organizing, sabi ko, parang kulang pa rin yung participation ng all the way to the ground level, di ba? So, but I think we need to get there and hopefully
Yeah.
yung work with the ILG will create that, ano? Kasi kailangan mababa ang information eh, di ba? Kasi
Mm.
ito ano to, Leloy, di ba? Malapit sa bituka tong issue to eh.
Lapit sa lahat.
Oh, di ba?
But,
While it's true
Fats,
na, yeah, go
we
ahead.
need to close in a bit, pero gusto ko makasingit
Okay.
ng isa pang tanong para sa'yo. Ano naman ang pagtingin nyo dito sa independent commission na siniset up ng presidente? Kasi that might be another piece in the puzzle. In the puzzle.
Okay, okay. I was talking to Secretary Singson before the official
Jason from the
announcement
Aquino
was made.
administration.
And even when before the official was done, inaaral niya na lahat. And he was looking at projects for the past, I think, 10 years. Inaaral na
Mm.
niya. And he's the right person for that position. And I don't really know si Miss Fajardo, but coming from SGV, you realize that, di ba, okay siya. And
Audit, magaling mag-audit.
magaling
Magaling
mag-audit. Oo.
mag-audit.
It is an audit issue, di ba?
Yeah.
And I think this one, remember, before all of the noise about this independent commission, the president already mentioned that he wanted to do that, no? He wanted
Mm.
to do that, no? So now, one of the things na nilalapit sa akin ng mga tao, can there also be a representative from civil society, no? Which might be
Good.
good to consider, but I was thinking, maybe not as a member of the commission, but someone like Mayor Magalong, no?
Mm.
Parang special consultant to the commission, no? So I think this one is a serious it's a serious move of the president. Kasi one of the things that the first thing that he considered, I know, is that yung even before magpalit, sino ang papalit kay Secretary Bonoan?
Mm.
Meron na 'yon kasi may pinagpilian dalawa eh. And both are kumbaga halangang bituka pagdating sa anti-corruption So I think this is a serious move and dapat bantayan natin ang trabaho ng commission. And ako, this is what I can say. The right people are there, so I think we need to support the commission.
Mm.
Talagang masuyod lahat Of course, uh, people are saying mas maganda yung batas na final ni Congresswoman De Lima, 'di ba, sa lower house. Kasi
Mm.
yon may subpoena powers, etc. So, but at this point, I think we have something that we can work with, no? And
I just want
siguro,
to remind Fads, our younger viewers, si Secretary Singson po, even yung mga biggest critics ng Pinoy administration towards the end of the administration, binabanata na yung buong gobyerno. Wala silang masabi tungkol kay Secretary Singson. Ito
yes.
yung isa sa mga busilak talaga nung panahon
And
na yon.
and Leloy, siguro rin magandang makwento tong balita na he was offered by Duterte to continue as DPWH. He
Mm.
turned down. He was
Yeah.
offered by Pinoy to be DPWH. He turned down.
Oh, you mean BBM?
BBM, yeah. So kaya I think we're in good hands pagdating sa commission. Of course, Mayor Magalong, 'di ba, is and even Justice Reyes, no. So let's watch and then maybe one of these days we can, if he's allowed to talk, we can invite Secretary Singson to be our guest, di ba?
Mm.
Siguro I want to end, Leloy, by saying na yung sa ating mga kaproyekto, this is a whole of nation approach again. Proyekto Pilipino to. And this is, I think, we're fighting for survival here. Let's face it. We're fighting for survival. Pag hindi natin to mapanalo, and I'd like to say that, kailangan natin to panalo, we're gonna be set back. Uh, Hindi ko na alam kung how we're gonna recover. We can recover, but it's gonna be difficult. But we need to win this one, and we need to bring people to justice. We need to have accountability here, and sana nga lahat maging kabahagi. And ang dasal ko lang at hiling, lahat ng kayang paabot ang mga detalye, ang mga facts sa lahat ng mamamayan, lalo na sa ground, sa ating mga ground troops, kumbaga, kailangan natin ito mapag-usapan eh. So I
Ako
end
naman,
there.
Fats, what I like about this episode is that we combine two things. Nung nagsimula tayo with a realistic assessment of the situation.
Mm-mm.
Hindi mapupuksa, I think Father Tito started by saying hindi talaga mapupuksa ang lahat ng korupsyon. Kahit saan sa mundo.
Yeah,
At kung itigil mo ang gobyerno dahil may makita kang korupsyon, titigil ang buong gobyerno at mawawala ang mga serbisyo. So we begin with something realistic.
yeah,
Having said that we have realistic expectations, that doesn't mean susuko tayo.
correct.
And it is at this point na hindi talaga tayo dapat sumuko because gaya na nasabi ni Father Tito, the stars are kumbaga aligning, various institutions of the government have committed to this and mukhang yung grassroots movement that are committing to this is a grassroots movement na pwedeng makahikayat ng maraming Pilipino na sumali sa kanila dahil hindi po nga nakukulayan ito. And
Correct.
I think this is very important for a show like Proyekto Pilipino dahil ang Proyekto Pilipino, well, may kulay kami sa labas ng show na to, pero dito sa loob ng show na to, isa lang ang kulay namin. Ang kulay ng Pilipinas, di ba? Yun ang point
Mm,
ng isang non-partisan show. And I think this movement is turning out to be a real
and
non-partisan movement
partisan, di ba?
that mirrors yung goal namin sa Proyekto Pilipino na there are spaces na magdedebate tayo, there are spaces na hindi tayo nag-agree, but there should continue to be spaces where we can meet each other, remove our political colors and say, isang team tayo, Proyekto Pilipino tayo, ilalaban natin to at ipapanalo natin ito. At tama si Father Tito, kung hindi natin to mapanalo, ah, marami sa atin ang kawawa, and
Correct,
it will
yeah.
be difficult to recover.
Okay, so Leloy, maraming salamat
Maraming salamat, Pat.
and
Uh,
abangan, di ba? Ito yung talagang abangan.
abangan. I'm sure this is not the last time
Last
we're going
time
to
we'll
talk
talk
about
about this.
this
Maybe siguro
topic.
mga a month from now when pag gumalaw na yung commission, di ba? And mag-unfold ang ano. Siguro maganda minsan, Leloy, naman the political dynamics of this
Opo.
issue. Oo.
Yeah, yeah.
So maraming
Well,
salamat, Leloy. Thank
maraming salamat, Father Tito, and maraming salamat sa ating mga kaproyekto. We will see you next week. Salamat sa patuloy niyong pagsuporta sa Proyekto Pilipino.